Welcome to HDTV, getting out rocking with your boy. Still tired. U.S. workers need better skills and more power. We all know that U.S. workers have suffered stagnant earnings and great inequality for several decades. Since 1979, median U.S. worker wages have risen only 10 to 20%. Depending on how we measure inflation, while profits have grown dramatically, inequality between workers has also risen, especially between high school and college educated workers. Pay for corporate execs or financial managers has skyrocketed, and the pandemic has only widened these goals. When trying to explain these outcomes, economists are of the two minds. One group stresses competitive market forces like technical change and globalization, and the fact that educated workers are more likely to work with new technology or imports rather than be replaced by them. Indeed, was up. Both technology and international trade are responsible for the disappearance of millions of good paying jobs in manufacturing and other sectors for those with high school or less education. And as artificial intelligence performs a widening range of tasks traditionally done by workers, they will need lifelong learning to gain new skills and perform new tasks that the machines still can't do. But another group of economists stresses institutional changes like lower federal minimum wages and reduced power of unions. They also emphasize the growing power of employers and labor markets as industries become less competitive. Firms push non-compete clauses and employers outsource labor functions to other companies. In reality, both skills and power play growing roles in the job market, and they interact in important ways. For instance, the ease with which firms can automate and outsource jobs clearly limits the ability of unions to represent workers and improve pay. On the other hand, an absence of unions or any other form of worker voice leaves management completely free to replace workers at will with automation rather than help them adjust with retraining. So, how do we improve both worker skills and their power? Regarding education, public colleges and universities in America, including community colleges, need better funding, though not necessarily zero tuition or debt, and stronger performance. At risk students should receive more supports like tutoring, mentoring, and childcare, as well as more career guidance, and more students should be trained for high demand industries and well compensated careers. Workers at risk of being displaced by new automation need more reskilling to prevent layoffs and more assistance if displacement occurs. Employer training might rise if we tax worker displacement and subsidize worker retraining. Enabling them to earn while they learn from apprenticeship would also help. At the same time, we must strengthen worker power while limiting that of employers. While the efforts of the Biden administration to raise the federal minimum wage, strengthen antitrust enforcement, and support unions are well founded, more is needed. First, workers need new forms of voice or representation in the workplace, since traditional collective bargaining has been declining in the U.S. since the mid 1950s. Newer modes of worker representation might be needed. The work councils that are popular in Europe represent one mode of worker voice, and presence of workers on corporate boards is another. Second, opportunities for profit sharing in U.S. capitalism should grow. While some tax breaks already exist for employee stock ownership plans or ESOPs, a wider range of profit sharing options should be supported by the government. Profit sharing will improve not only worker compensation and equity, especially during periods of rapid automation. I was sounding like Kendrick Perkins. It also strengthens worker incentives to help make workplaces as efficient as possible. Third, employers who adopt high road labor practices need financial support and assistance to such practices include higher worker rate, wages, and benefits, as well as better promotion opportunities. Many economists and labor analysts believe that such practices can raise profits as well as worker compensation, but employers have either too little knowledge of high road practices or too much regard for low road options. Both tax breaks and technical assistance for high road companies could raise the rate at which firms adopt such practices. On Labor Day 2021, let's stop the fruitless debate about whether the U.S. workers need more skills or more power and consider more effective ways of generating both. Yeah, okay. This article is bullshit. Let me tell you why it's bullshit. What America needs is better education, which means you need to start taking all of this stuff, algebra, all of this stuff out of schools and put trades in school and skills. If you have a skill, you can live forever. They don't want that. They want it to stay the way it is so they can keep you under their thumb. So you need them. They want more needy people than creating bosses. That's why China is better than them. That's why China continues to grow because China is enabling everyone. They're enabling their people through education. That's why they're cutting back the games and everything because education is key. Yeah, you can learn technology. Technology is also a great thing to learn. That's STEM research, engineering, being able to cut the grass, being able to grow your own grass, grow your own foods, um, plumbing. Big thing, you need plumbing because if you stay out in the country, you need your water working. Electricians, we need that. We need everything. HVAC guys. I mean, everything is a key. But see, America don't want you to know that. America doesn't want to teach that. They can even on the job. If you didn't have a union, they would get rid of you. That's the problem with a lot of these businesses. That's why they go under because there's always high turnover. They always getting rid of people instead of retraining them. Now there's some people who are terrible, they're trash, and you gotta let them go. But there's some who actually want to work and actually learn the system and actually learn how to run everything so they can have their own business one day. That's the problem. That is the problem. We got the country doesn't want to preach self sufficiency. They want you to be taught neediness. They want you to be needy. They want you to be like, I need help. That's what they want you to be, and that's what they want you to do. And that's the problem. And that's gonna continue being the problem. Shoot, it ain't because of it's not because of it's not because of the tuitions and and then they want you to still pay tuition. And then plus the tuition's too high. You putting people in debt after one semester. So what's the point? I'm still paying off loans. So what we need to do is start putting these young kids that's in high school or even below in the trades. If they get in the trades, they'll make way more money than they do working a 9 to 5. Go get your CDL. We need re-education. We need real teachers who are going to be there and give you advice and help build you up, not tear you down or always send you to the office for some bullshit. But that's the problem. We need more trades being taught. If you teach trades, then America would have thrived if they would have continued teaching people. The reason the government they got greedy. The government got greedy. People, business people, the corporate people, they got greedy. So they started making all these changes. They started outsourcing, and that's what's killed America. We don't create nothing no more. When we created that steel that you put in the trucks, you put in different industries, industrial buildings, it lasted. Everything made for China is made to break down because with China, they don't have the type of resources that we have to keep our stuff tough and strong. So let me know in the comment section what you think. I feel like change this. We need more trades in school. They need to get rid of the curriculums and put in some curriculums that deal with everyday life, like finances, check and balances, everything. All this stuff is key. They need to prepare you to live in life instead of preparing you to be a bum on the street or work a job your whole life. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome. Number 2, HDIITV. Thank you for listening. We out. Deezy.